Hello! We are here for another cooking rodeo with the Tater Cowgirls. Today we are making a towel dumpling for you, and that's a recipe from my Bavarian grandma, and of course we prepared it whole plant based with a mushroom gravy. And I already showed you the mushroom gravy in a previous recipe. It's a recipe I got from Plant Pure Nation, the cookbook, so you can read it there too. We just decided that's for lunch today, and the towel dumpling is our main object to demonstrate. We will serve it with grilled asparagus, and I think it's a good lunch, and everybody's already hungry, so we better get started. I prepared already 250 grams of cubed white French baguette bread. It's 1 day old. It can be a little bit old, the bread. It should be whole plant based, so from the baker or in the bakery section of your supermarket, fresh bread, which is made with water, yeast, salt and flour. The store-bought supermarket bread usually has oil in it, so try to avoid that. Read the ingredients on the back. Sourdough usually works, fresh sourdough or French baguette. So you need cubed 250 grams. I added a lukewarm 250 milliliter soy milk because, and 3 tablespoons of show you potato starch. So I mixed the starch well with the bread, then I poured the warm soy milk on top so that it had time to soak a little bit. If you don't let it soak, it's not, you can't get a really nice dough from it. I also added a pinch of salt, but that's to your liking. Everybody has a different taste. I added a pinch of salt to my dough. Alright, that's the basic starter dough. Now we add the spices, and I mix them here. It is a little bit turmeric, a 1/4 teaspoon, and a 1/4 teaspoon nutmeg, and then I have pepper, a 1/4 teaspoon, and I think this is it. Pepper, nutmeg, yeah, that's it. So we add that. And I have, well, that's about a 1/4 cup fresh parsley, finely chopped. So add that too, and don't be too stingy with fresh parsley. I use the Italian parsley, not the German one. I think the Italian has more flavor than the German one, the curly one. So we add that, and then we, oh, and forgot something. If you don't have it at home, I show you what it is. It's a teaspoon soup spice, also called Maggi. If you don't have it at home, I have it in the garden. Actually, it's Garden Lovage, also Maggi herb they call it, but the one in my garden is not big enough. It grows like a jungle once you have it in there, like a weed. But right now it's too early, it's not big enough, I checked, so I take a tablespoon of the Maggi spice. So now we mix everything very well. It has to be mixed, so you don't want to have hard bread cubes in there, so mix it well. The turmeric, I put a little turmeric in, makes it, gives it a yellow color, which usually the egg offers. We do not need egg replacement in this recipe. That's so you can put a little flaxseed in there, but you don't really have to, because we have the soy milk as ingredient. And just mix it really well, okay? If it's too loose, you can add a little bread flour, or any flour actually. I think I might do that here, like up to 2 tablespoons, I would say. You can add it depending on, I'm not having to add that much, but I would say like this. Make it a little bit firmer. Okay, that looks good. So this is the dough for the towel dumpling. Look at it. All right. Let me try a little. Can. Looks good. And what we do now is we put it in a towel.
Oh.
Hence the name. So make sure you have a pot with water boiling. We need that, a little salt in it. We need a cotton towel. We need a cotton towel. I usually I use one that's inside. It's white, not some colored cotton. We put the dough on it, like that. Yeah. It's washed and clean.
And it'll be dirty in a dumpling.
Yeah, of course. You can use a cheesecloth if you have one. I have that towel. I'm pretty happy with that when I use it, so why not? You form like a roll, like this. You roll it in the towel, pretty firm, I would say. You turn the towel a few times at the end. I like to put ties on it to make it really. The last time I put the tie on it, I leave a little loop here. See that on the towel? Oh, you don't see that. See here, I leave a little loop. And the same thing on the other side, where you can see it. It's like a. Alright. So just put the ties on it. You can do that with anything you can tie on it.
The towel's going to go into the water.
Yeah, that's right. The towel is going to go into the water, so we leave another loop.
So
we have these 2 loops.
Take it out.
We take a cooking spoon and put it through the loops.
Ew.
See that? And then we hang it in the water. Okay. We let the water come up to a boil. It's actually a really easy way to do a nice side dish. Of course, you can do brown rice in the Instant Pot with the mushrooms. It's really good too. I usually use a cup brown rice on 1.5 to 2 cup vegetable broth with a little bit of liquid smoke in it. In the Instant Pot, I put it on seal, manual, 22 minutes. And then let it steam, and then you have some really fluffy, nice brown jasmine rice with the mushrooms. So that's another side you can do with that. You let that come, see it comes to a boil already. It should simmer about 20 to 25 minutes, I would say. So we put the timer on.
Oh, that's fast.
And turn that down to medium, because we don't really want it like really fast boiling. We want it soaked. Make sure the upper side is in the water. I think we should put a little more water in. I wasn't sure how much water I needed because I didn't want to spill it over. Let's get a little bit more water in. Right?
Good.
Turn it up until it boils again. Okay, this is our towel dumpling.
Never started a timer.
Oops, that's good. Starts now. Okay, And now I showed you that already, but I'm happy to show you that again, how we do the mushrooms.
Yay!
And Eddie helps me with that. So we turn that on. Let it get hot a little. Get our mushroom ingredients here. Of course, I prepared that already a little. It's 1 cubed onion. It is 2 cloves of garlic chopped, and onion chopped, of course. Then I put in a little bit fresh parsley because I already had one for the bread dumpling. So I put in like, what is that? I would say a tablespoon. You can use dried parsley, no problem. I used a little dried parsley too in my herb mixture. The herb mixture is half a teaspoon garlic. Oh no, the garlic I put the clove in. But you can do half a teaspoon garlic powder if you don't have a clove handy to chop. Then I have half a teaspoon thyme. I have half a teaspoon sage, half a teaspoon rosemary, half a teaspoon salt, and that's again to taste, and a 1/4 teaspoon fresh ground pepper. And we use for later 2 tablespoons soy sauce, but that comes later, so not right now. I used the tamari, so we can put it right here. And then of course we need our mushrooms. You can use any mushrooms of your choice. I got on sale baby creminis organic, so I use those. And where is that? Yeah. Yep. And I don't think I used the whole packet, but okay, it gets hot. So we use half a cup of broth to saute the onions, the parsley, and the garlic. Yeah, you can starting to stir. How is our thing doing? We have. Did you turn it down?
Yeah, I turned it down because
it was bubbling. Okay,
yeah, it was bubbling.
Let's leave it here. So we just need it simmering. You want to see the little bubbles coming up, but you don't want to have it like heavy boiling. Let's leave it a little. Okay. All right. So you get that a little soft, and then we add the mushrooms and the spices. And then we get the mushroom gravy ready. Put that away. Actually, we could do the soy sauce, 2 tablespoons soy sauce. I can actually add it to there's 2 more cups of vegetable sauce. You can add the soy sauce to it. Looking good. Okay, we add the mushrooms. I would say take half of it. Yeah, that's okay. Maybe half of it. Yeah, that's okay. So we let the mushrooms get soft. A little dumpling. Down, okay. So now we soften that up. In the 2 cups of broth, I put the 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. And what we also do, we whisk in a 1/4 cup of flour, and you want to do that not in the hot ingredients, you want to do that in the cold ones or in the lukewarm, because otherwise you get all clumpy, you get it all clumpy. So we whisk it up. Just let it boil a little. The mushrooms itself have a lot of moisture. They're really easy to water saute, as well as the onions. So if you start a whole plant-based diet and we don't use oil, this is a good beginner meal. Was one of my first meals I did because it's really easy to, if you have a non-stick pan, throw in onions and mushrooms and a little bit of vegetable broth and water saute until they are glassy looking and soft like usual. Just don't use oil or butter. That's the only difference we do. We can pour the spices in now. Oh, and it smells good, I can tell you. Just the spices in it, the thyme and the sage and the rosemary, pepper, garlic. It's just a good smell. Such an easy meal too, Put that up a little. It has to boil a little.
How did you get so brown so fast?
Yeah, this is water sauteing. You want to stir a little? My grandma called these towel dumplings. She also called them Bohemian dumplings. I don't know. I know she got the recipe from a family member who was a refugee from Bohemia after World War II, but I couldn't trace if they really originate from Bohemia. The main name in Germany is, or in the German-speaking area in Europe, is Toweldumpling, because you make it in a towel, and that makes sense. So that's why I gave you that name, but I wanted to give you the background as well. Alright, and by the way, also, because I said when you begin a whole plant-based diet, the rest of your family might not be on board. I have omnivores in my family, but mushrooms and dumplings is something everybody likes to eat. So if you cook that, nobody will ask you for some meat on the side. So you keep stirring, it's fine, let them go. Oh, you already put it down, okay. You're good, you're my watchdog here. Alright, the mushrooms look good, so we do just get the whole thing out here, okay, and let them bring it to a boil again. Make sure everything is in there, bring it to a boil, and then all we have to do is we have to let it thicken to gravy consistent, which will happen in about 2 to 3 minutes. There's nothing else to be added. I can show you a little bit. So we can come back to you once the dumplings are done and the mushrooms have thickened, and then I show you our grilled asparagus that goes with it and the whole meal, how we serve it. Okay, see you later. Hello, and we are back, people. We took it out of the pot. Eddie holds it right now. Eddie holds it right now. You see it? Yeah. So put it on the plate. We let it cool down a few minutes. Don't attempt to untie it while it cools down. It's really hot. I want to respond to a few questions I got. How do you notice when the gravy is thick enough? Okay. First of all, you look. It's always up to your liking. If you need more potato starch, put it in. I don't need more. My test for the gravy is you put your wooden spoon in the gravy. You make a little line with your finger. I think you see it. See the line here? Here. If the line stays, for me that's the sign that the gravy is thick enough. If it's too thin, the line it will run. So our gravy looks perfect. Show you here. And it tastes good. I tried it. It smells good here. Unfortunately, I don't have smell TV here video. Then what we will serve with it, and I make a plate for you, is the steamed asparagus. Let me just get a towel here. Well, it's hot. So I used Trader Joe's grilled asparagus spears. Don't contain any oil. They're grilled, and what you do is you put them a few minutes in the microwave. I sprinkle a little bit of my Meyer lemon out from my tree on it before I put it in the microwave, and they look really, really nice. So this is how we will do that, and I make a plate for you. So let's get the
Gravy's delicious.
gravy's good, huh? Yeah, I know. Everybody likes mushroom gravy. Don't have to be a whole plant-based vegan to like mushroom gravy. We put some mushroom gravy here.
I actually want this room.
Without slathering around like I do. Okay. Then we cut. Now you see you see it, right? So we take the spoon out of the towel. We untie the towel, and as I said, you have to wait until it cools down a little, because otherwise you burn your fingers. With the elastics, it's easier than if you have it tied with a ribbon. I like those. So we unroll it and put it on a plate. All right, works fine. See that? Here's our Toweldumpling. It's nice and yellow because I had the turmeric in there, so it looks like I had actually eggs in there. We cut it open carefully.
Papa won't know the difference.
We put 2 dumplings on the gravy. And asparagus. We have a beautiful lunch. What do you think? Does that look like a good lunch? I wish I could give it to you right here on the camera, but unfortunately I can't. I wish you all a wonderful Sunday, and next Sunday hopefully I see you again when we cook for you at our next cooking rodeo. The Tater Cowgirls are appreciating that you watch us every week, and we say thank you. And as we say in California, peace out.